Today's learning target, I can name the solution of a system where f of x equals g of x using a table of values. We're still looking at a system of equations, so two separate equations, and we're trying to find the solution, but this time we're dealing with tables specifically instead of equations or graphs like we have previously. So we're using the same graphic organizer. What we need to know, there are three scenarios when dealing with our systems. We can have a situation where we have a solution when our two lines intersect. We can have a situation where we have no solution because the lines do not intersect or they're parallel. And then you can have a situation where the two lines are overlapping, hence having infinite number of solutions. So in this learning target specifically, we're looking at when we're given tables, and there's different ways that you might be given a table. So for example, in this first table here, they give us the equation, and then they also give us the table already filled in for us. And then over to the right here, we have another table. Notice here we have x, and then our y part of the table is the actual equation. So you can see here how they got the values for y. We plugged in 0 for x, plugged in 2 for x, plugged in 4 for x, and these were our outcomes. And then lastly, you might be given a table of values of the x values that you need to find. You're given the equation and you have to plug in the values of x to find your y values. In this first example, it asks, what is the solution to the system of equations? Remember that a solution is where the two lines cross or where they intersect, and that point is the same for both equations. So when I look at the table, I'm trying to find the point where it's the same in table A and table B. So in essence, you're looking for the same x and the same y that match up. So when I go through my tables here, if I go down my x values or my inputs, I can see the -2, the y's or my outputs, they don't match. For my -1 x values, my outputs or my y values don't match. Same with zeros. -21 is not the same as 1. 1 doesn't work because I've got -16 and 0.5. Go to the 2's, they don't match. My 3's don't match, but my 4's down here, these match. Notice that at x equals 4, my y value is the same. So my answer is 4, -1. If I were to graph these, when they cross, when they make that x would happen at the point for -1. So now would be a great time for you to pause, try the problem, and then come back in a second to check. Same question is being asked, what is the solution to the system of equations? Again, I'm just panning through my two tables and I'm finding where my x and y are equal to one another. So if I look here, I've got -3, -4. That does not match -3, 1, but my next point here, -2, 0, those match. So if I were to graph these two equations, they would be intersecting at that point, -2, 0. If you want to dig a little bit deeper on this topic, you can check out the Learning Target spreadsheet for additional resources, videos, and practice.